friend. All right, this is the morning ritual for guitar growth, and I am Jason, your host, and I will be your guide this morning. Kevin, how you doing, man? How things going? Going all right? I'm not really sure what we're doing today. Are we playing some acoustic guitar or electric guitar today? I was also thinking about working some of those, while we've got just you and me here, we're thinking about working two note arpeggios to accomplish seventh chord arpeggio. So I wanted to take a look at that a little bit this morning. So hopefully that's cool, and it's really super easy, but super important, you know. Good. I guess Kurt is sending, I think Kurt's sending some, Mr. Mangan's sending some round core strings. I guess I haven't played round core strings for a while, I guess. If I don't remember the last time I did play round core, so he's sending some of those. So I'm looking forward to checking out a new kind of string technology from me. Typically it's a sort of a hex core, you know, so it'll be fun to look at something new, and it might be just you and me today, Kevin. We'll see what happens. This is kind of an interesting turn of events this morning. Let's see what happens. 3 minutes in, we've got we've got another one pulling in. So anyway, let's go ahead and just get kind of tuned up a little bit. I think we're pretty close to being in tune. I'm going to move this back just a little bit, just a wee bit, so we can see a little bit more of what's going on with the guitar. That way you can see my you can see my hairy legs, I guess. Oh well, we'll get over that, I guess. Hello, sir. I'm new. Really cool. Hey, great to have you here. Welcome to the morning ritual for guitar growth. I'm Jason. I'll be your host for this morning. And Armand, good morning. Mark is in the house. I was just thinking CAGED as well, you know. I was just thinking about, I was watching Rick Beato go on one of his rants on another social channel, and I'm noticing the scale length of this guitar is different. And I remember yesterday we were going to compare and contrast this with Tweety, right? So we have it's about a solid 1/4 inch longer. It is a solid 1/4 inch longer in scale length, so that's noticeable. That's a notable difference. I measured just quickly, eyeballed from the saddle to the nut, and it's definitely, it gives you more operational area for, you know, kind of moving within the fret system here in the lower positions of the guitar, which is pretty cool. The neck, I'm finding, is not a gloss finish. It's a nice satin finish, so it doesn't have a whole lot of drag on it. So it is a pretty fast neck, and it's a really light, pronounced, like V sort of neck. So it's a really great, you know, you can get, let me do this. You can get right underneath the neck and you kind of feel it, but it's not pronounced, but it's there in case you need the stretch, you know what I mean? So it is a shred machine. This is a shred machine, but it's somehow built for comfort as well. I'm not sure how the neck is definitely a one-of-a-kind sort of feel. I've got some really pronounced V-necks, like old parlor guitars that are definitely pronounced V's, but this is definitely, this is a really cool approach to a guitar neck, you know? So I think you'll like it. As far as the pricing, I think they're right around two, I think you can maybe 25, you can get them for 25 or 3 or something like that. But when you think about it, when you think about, you know, what happens when you step into something like this, it's you know, it's just like anything else, right? Looking forward to recording with it, put it that way. But it's something I would part with more hard-earned cabbage than what actually the MSRP is on this thing. I would part with more, you know. It's got that, I'm noticing it's got that singing quality, and then the back, when you play it, the back actually moves in concert with the top of the guitar. So it does offer some really different kinds of things. So I'm tuned up. We're all clicked in. We've got some new faces. We've got Jill here with us this morning. We've got Robbie, Mr. Smith, Mr. Mark, and Mr. Haas. We've got the gang. I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and commence with our proceedings. And I move to start the meeting and enter discussions and seek consensus. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. The ayes carry it. So we start. So fingers 3 and 4 on 10 and 12. And we're at 60 beats per minute. And we are moving this morning, just nice and easy. Before you all get on, I was talking a little bit with Kevin about sharing some ideas about what I'd like to do today, what I'd like to see us doing today is... Rangel, good morning. Good morning. Damaskino. Good morning. Like done, like enjoy. Arman, Pathan, good morning. I think I missed a few, maybe I missed a few chats, but I'll come back and collect those. If I missed you, just kind of chat again, you know. Good. All right, so we're moving. Oh, I am moving right along. Wow, the chat's on some kind of a delay. Sorry, guys. So fingers 2 and 3 on 2 middle strings. And good morning, Mark. Mark Jackson. We've got a Mark Jackson here. So Mr. Jackson. We have the Mark on board and a Mr. Mark Jackson. So we have fingers 2 and 3 and on 10 and 12. Just working out the finger stretch exercises this morning, and one of the key things that I've been noticing is the scale length is a little longer on this guitar than it is. It's about 1/4 of an inch longer on this guitar than it is on my Martin that we've been using this whole year. And we're noticing a difference. We're definitely noticing that there's more room to play around down here in the open positions. So a couple quick tips today. We are going to cover CAGED. We're just going to review the CAGED system in a new, sort of a fresh way. You know, just nothing really like earth-shattering, but I'm just going to walk us through. I wanted to sort of I've never really been a CAGED, you know, player, a CAGED fan or whatever, but I do want to talk about it because it probably is useful. You know, it does provide us with landmarks, but I wanted to talk about it and it's probably a slightly different way than most. So we'll go ahead and do that. Fingers 1 and 2 on 10 and 12. If you're just joining us, good morning. Good morning. I'm Jason. I'm Jason Carey here with Jason Carey Guitar, and I'll be your host for the morning. It's the morning ritual for guitar growth, and this morning ritual for guitar growth is provided to you. Well, it's brought to you by kindness and goodness, and what else is it brought to you by? Oh, your breath, your breath. It's brought to you by your straight back and your strong core. It's also brought to you by your own personal seed time. So if you're taking a break from the day, or you're starting your day out with us, if you're beginning your guitar day right now, or if you're thinking about it, go ahead and grab your guitar. We'll be here for 1 hour, and give or take, probably more, just about an hour until about 8:30. Fingers 2 and 4 on 9 and 12. We're just working through the 2s. We'll get into the 3s here just momentarily, but we have the CAGED system coming up. You won't want to miss the CAGED system. And then we also are doing 2-finger arpeggios, and we're going to tie that into the CAGED system so that we're going to link a lot of pieces together today. And for those of us who want to learn how to practice the diatonic scale systems through the cycle 4, I haven't forgotten about the PDF binder is coming. For some reason, it's taking a little extra time to get out, but pretty fairly busy production schedule at the moment. But it's a PDF binder that you'll need, and you'll want. It's free, of course. It's free, so it'll be available at jasoncareyguitar.com. You can go over there today, right now, and say hi if you're brand new. There is a free PDF binder of 5x5 for guitar growth binder that you might also appreciate there. Yeah, we've been talking about different things as we proceed through this morning ritual. One of the things that we talk about, the most important thing probably, is breath. My fingers are working so well, they want to stretch. They're eager to stretch additional frets for me this morning. Matthew Bonner, is it Bonner? Good morning. It's going to, that's a good question, Robbie. It's going to. Fingers 1 and 4, 7 and 12. We've gotten an okay, we've gotten approval from Jill to share that stuff. So it's quite a journey, and this 1-4 stretch from 7 to 12 is really kind of, it's going to require I do a little bit of stretch out after this. Because as Richard Simmons would say, you know, I'm feeling the burn. These are going to they're paving the way for our adventures, escapades into the world of 2-finger arpeggios, they're coming. Henceforth, they are coming, and we're going to talk about major 7 arpeggios, minor 7 arpeggios, dominant 7 arpeggios, and yes, you guessed it, minor 7 flat 5 arpeggios. I'll have to send some new pics as she has some upgrades. Ooh, before and after. Okay, I love that, Jill. So maybe you can help curate the experience. You know, give us a few pointers about how to build the how to talk about it, and what kind of I'm particularly engaged, and I think I'm particularly wanting to focus on the journey, on the journey, the self journey, and then developing. This is just between you and me in the chat, but if we could dramatize, there aren't a lot of humans entering the world of guitar lutherie right at the moment, and it's like anything else. There's a shortage, I think. And so there are not a huge number of torch bearers out there ready to pick up the torch and run it down and then carry it down to the next person. And they're out there, but there are not, it's not a, they're not filling the registers, they're not banging the doors down. But it would be really cool to help, glorify or, create sort of a hero story around it. So I think about, like, what does it do for you as a person to to sit down and learn how to build a guitar? I like to try to frame the story around that. When we start sharing those images, that would be, one angle. I'd like to help promote that a little bit, and what it might take, to decide to become a good luthier, a good birdhouse builder, or a good cabinet builder. It's all basically the same stuff, right? Got a hole in it. All right, Mark. Good morning. What do you got to say, Mark? Yash, Patak, good morning. No, Robbie, not yet. Did your Jag make the picks? Did you send me a photograph of your Jag? And I haven't seen any guitar pictures lately. I've seen Jill's guitar pictures. If I'm missing something, if you have photographs of your guitars, if stuff has been updated, you wanted to share with the community, I'm more than happy to share those. I haven't been announcing it, I guess. You can send me photos of your guitar with a little bit of a backstory to Jason at jasoncareyguitar.com or grow at jasoncareyguitar.com. Love to see all of that stuff. Can't believe you're covered the whole chord reference section of chord chemistry. Let's go. Wow, that's crazy. Dude, September 17th, TJ's in the house. TJ's a huge enthusiast and huge supporter of our Ted Green chord chemistry series. And of course, why wouldn't he be? But it was 1 year since part 1 aired on September 17th, right? So we're over a year into the series, and we're not, I don't know, are we even halfway through the book? That chord reference chart section, that section 8, just really crushed it. We almost made it 2 times through the alphabet, getting through chord reference charts. And I'll tell you what, if I had someone walking page by page, word by word, chord by chord through that book with me in college, it would have been a whole different experience, but it does take some time to get through it all. So we can actually now say that we've played every single chord voicing in Ted Green's chord chemistry, section 8 together, can't we, TJ? I would say that's Hotel California. Oh yeah. There it is, Hotel California. So let's go ahead and take a look at fingers 2 and 3 and 4. And we're going to speed it up a little bit just to keep things kind of moving along this morning. But if this is too fast for you, just go ahead and play at your own tempo. And if you want to, play at 4 attacks per beat or 3 attacks per beat, that's cool. And we'll just get down as far as we can. You could even do 2 attacks per beat and just enjoy life just as much as anybody else. But when we're playing this breakdown, why don't we go ahead and just focus on what exactly that picking hand is doing, because we really want to get that tightened up and keep that pick really close to either side of the string once we commit to the attack of the string. So as I'm talking, I want to say upstroke, and the upstroke doesn't even go halfway to the next string. It just kind of stops as close to either side of the string as it can, turns around and goes to pluck the string again. Take love from Bangladesh, nice. It's such a lovely pace. Christ is Lord, amen. Metallica, yeah, you got it. Let me think about that for a second. Yesterday we had a lot of like Alice in Chains requests, or maybe not a lot, but one really great request, Nutshell. And I'll get right to that. A little bit of Metallica after. I've got to just get through this 1, 2, 3. If you have, if you can stay here another minute or two, I'm almost done with this section. Any particular favorite from Metallica? Straight back. Good quality breathing it really makes a difference. There it is right there. Yeah, all right, cool. Great little, great ask. I really love the old Metallica stuff. Even older than that, from the Kill 'Em All album. What a great Fight Fire with Fire. Back when Metallica was Metallica. Yeah. And Justice for All. There's, let's see, Harvester of Sorrow. The Black album. Yeah, and so we're just doing fingers 4. One, 2, 3, and 4, and I'm just using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and playing them straight though. I'm not using the 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Just kind of giving it the old polyrhythmic treatment. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Really good stuff. You know, when you start you start playing rhythmic breakdowns enough, and you start sort of like being able to sort of hook on to some other polyrhythmic elements or notes, you know, the same way that a string vibrates, right? We can hook on to these overtonal series, if you will, rhythmically, or a polyrhythmic series, you know. This is all caged stuff that I'm playing right now, so this is why we're going to be talking about caged systems today. The way I like to talk about them is starting here and here and here, right? So I start actually with C, and then the A position, and then the G position, and then the D position, right? Which doesn't really make, so C, A, the G position, and then the D position up here. You know, it kind of works. And that's kind of the way I learn these major scales. I learn these major scales and in a manner that's consistent with the way the late great Mr. Joe Pass would play them. So we only play the major scale shapes that actually work for us as guitar practitioners, and we rule out the rest of the shapes. So these are single position shapes, not 3 notes per string, single position shapes. So those things, each one becomes its own entity over time, but we want to practice those through the cycle 4 sequence. And we've got to get on that because we're coming right to the end of the year. And if I haven't shared this with you by the end of the year, it's going to be shame on me. So I'll get that PDF binder. So just keep an eye out for it. It'll probably show up in the YouTube right here at Jason Carey Guitar under the community tab or the posts tab, and it's it'll be a free download, so it's great information. It will kind of like explode your guitar playing if you're not familiar with it. So let's go ahead and do the old 1, 2, 3 stretch 4. Good quality breath, and again, we're not really that interested in letting our backs be slouchy, you know what I mean? So we are upright and just in our playing, in our person, in our social intercourse, the way we communicate with others, and all of our transactions with mankind. So that implies that it's a good idea to maintain that strong back through our practice sessions. I'm sorry, did I just call this a practice session? Oh my gosh. You know this is not a practice, this is a warm-up session. Totally different stuff. I just listened to Master Puppets the other day because it's been a long time and suddenly felt like it. Yeah, it's coming around. It's like, does these little circular things, TJ, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Okay, okay, I'm on to angle patterns before I have to go. Gotcha. So let's go ahead and do the 1, 2, 3, 4, the old kickstand exercise. Oh, you know, it just occurred to me that the photograph of the guitar is going to be of Jill's guitar. The photographs that we're going to share here. Her guitar name, she named the guitar that she built. It's her nickname, the kickstand. There's a bit of a story here too. Maybe we'll shoot. This is going to be a long post, I think. But anyway, Obi, can you play any Pink Floyd? Are you still here? A onesie and a twosie. Mark, I hope you have a super day, man. Have a brilliant day. You'd think I'd learn how to play that tune. You could reharmonize that with all kinds of jazz stuff. One of the things that I wanted to, Mark, have a super day, friend. Have a super day, friend. All right, we're with you. We're with you, man. Excuse me, gang. All right, so let's go ahead and take a brief stretch. I know this is the moment you guys all wait for, and this is usually where I gain all my subscribers right here during these stretch periods. Oh man, just I don't know, something feels a little bit weird today, a little bit off today. I don't know what it is. Can't figure out if it's little to no sleep for multiple days in a row, feeling for the human condition genuinely, wishing that I had more time to, here's one of the things that I told you what was going to happen as we proceed through the year during this morning ritual for guitar growth. So the warm-up is a large part of the guitar growth. Sitting up straight is a large part of the guitar growth. Breathing correctly is a large part of the guitar growth. The mindset that belongs to all of it is a large part of guitar growth. And the heart behind it all is a large part of the guitar growth. Do you ever feel like you want to just spend more time writing guitar music, writing songs for guitar? Are there any writers here in the live chat? Are there any writers, like actual Um, are you interested in actually writing music on the guitar? Not just lyric content, not poetry, but like guitar content, guitar songs, you know, arranging for guitar. I got really into that a few years ago. Well, I guess a few years ago is a while ago now, but wouldn't you like to have more time to do that? Wouldn't you like to make that your profession, you know? Yeah, it's just, there's no shortage of material to write about at the moment, right? There's no shortage of or basically, there's no shortage, what is it I'm trying to say? There's no shortage for the need for good news and good salutation or good interpersonal communication now, right? There's no shortage for that. And my tendency is to write songs that'll punch holes through brick walls, you know what I mean? And just the heavier the better, to just get the lead out. And that's cool, but also there's a really great approach to just leaving that all behind and then just seeing what the guitar has to say, right? What does the guitar have to say? And just spend the time notating, making notes in tablature or music or whatever however you decide to write these things, and notate your thoughts. And those thoughts will lead you to something, somewhat of a musical journal, and maybe after 3 months or 6 months, it's all sort of somewhat related, and you could make an album to share with your friends and your family. There's a lot going on there, so I hope you all take more time to do that for yourselves and for the communities in which you live and serve. Yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the diagonal pattern that Mark was talking about before he took, oh, he's still here. Peace, Kevin. Thank you for your service. We appreciate you. Very cool. Jean Joseph. Good morning. If you're just tuning in, you're catching us during the morning ritual for guitar growth. This is a process whereby we find, ourselves playing the guitar every morning, every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. For about an hour. We're here for about 1 hour. And we're working through some of the same old, but each time we cycle around, as the Pestalozzian principle states, is we get one layer deeper every time we cycle around. So is it worthless to practice at 60 beats per minute for 1 hour a day, 5 days a week for an entire year? Well, we're about to find out. We're going to take the first recording that we made at the beginning of the year, starting this series. We're going to take the last recording that we make at the end of the year of this series, and we are going to compare what was the benefit of practicing upwards of 260 hours plus, or warming up, I'm sorry, I keep using that word, warming up for over 260 hours. What does it do for us as guitar players, for us as the world at large? What is the benefit? 260 hours. What's your time worth? Let's say your time's worth $100 an hour, because it's really you can't really put a price on your time, right? What I'm willing to trade my time for so that I can buy bread and pay my mortgage down is a different thing than what my time is valued at. So let's say $100 an hour, that's 260 hours. That's a lot of money, right? That's a lot. Let's say it's let's say it's $50 an hour, let's say it's $10 an hour, it's still a lot of money, right? So that relates to, that time translates into like real investment, you know, and then what are we going to gain from that investment at the end of the year? And that's really all I'm doing this for, is to just get that longitudinal data that I've never seen anywhere else. So I can feel that there's some progress being made, but what I do want to do is I want to warm up with other things now too. I'm thinking like, since I'm already doing these down, up, and the last 15 minutes we're going to talk about some heavy stuff, so just get your helmets and your chin straps in place because we're going to need them. Now I'm working on sweep picking, you know. Where the sweep is all one continuous motion, not separate articulations. It's one continuous motion that's controlled. You can angle your pick forward and reverse. If that helps, you can leave your pick perpendicular to the string set if you like. And it all is up to you. But we're not in a rush to get the right hand through anything. We're remembering that if I hold tension anywhere in my body, the technique is likely not going to sustain itself up to tempo. If I can't do this with zero tension in my body now, I'm scanning for my body. I'm scanning like, where is the tension being held? It's being held in this area of my arm, and so I need to breathe that out. Think of your happy little place, right? And then we couldn't possibly alternate pick that quickly. So the articulations are super important. Make it sound like we are offering alternate pick strokes, that we have that level and that layer of control. But then these arpeggios become more approachable, more doable. So let's come back to that. But we're at quarter past right now, and this is where I really want to start talking about this scale, the C major scale, and how we kind of find notes from it everywhere on the guitar neck, irregardless of the position, irregardless of the string. And this is really one cool thing. I'm starting with the C chord. I could start with the C chord up here, right, which is, thank God that's in tune. What a beautiful guitar. I gotta tell you, man, to hear that in tune up there, intonated correctly, is just very rewarding, very satisfying sort of experience. So I'm just tripping out over that a little bit, sorry. But, all right, so we have the C chord, right, the C, the A chord, right, the A chord, which is still the C chord, right? I'm still playing the A chord shape, but as a bar. First, I'll use this as a fret, so if I move this up, I have to move. Let me back up. I've got to keep this relationship alive. So let's say I have the open 2-2. I'm going up. In order to formulate a chord, in order to convert this to a bar chord, it's super simple, but if you've never done it before, it can be a little bit, you know, whoop. So we're looking at open A, fret 2, fret 2, fret 2. That's the A, you know, or it could be this one. Some people do it like this. Some people, 25 years and love is in, if I wanted to play it in another key, you know, anytime I move that A chord up, I must move that open string up the same number of strings to keep it. What's going on, buddy? And it's, man, I love that tune. I'm going to sing it right out the studio door this morning after we drop. So we've got this really cool bar chord. Anyway, so now we know how to make bar chords. And then I'm moving from the A chord, I'm moving to the A chord from the C chord, right? The C chord could also be a bar chord. If you want to talk about caged, this is it right here. So now I'm playing C chord with the last 3 fingers, and then anywhere there's an open string, when I move this, each one of these fingers up in parallel, up 1 fret, those open strings don't have to. Who listened to Flying in a Blue Dream? Any listeners? Or Pink Floyd's The Wall, you know. But here's that C chord as a D chord with an added 4 and an added 9. But now we're going to move it parallel as a C chord. So basically, there's the C chord, the A chord, C, caged, A, G, E, and then D. C, A, G, E, and then D. Those are the 3 shapes that we want, right? It's really simple. I'm playing the C chord to play the C, the A chord shape to play the C, and then I'm playing the G chord to play the C. Then I'm playing the E chord to play the C. And I'm playing the D chord to play the C. And each one of those has a different, you know, open chord reference. C, A major, G major, and then E major, and then D. Just spell caged with root notes. And then, but this is really cool. This is where the rubber meets the road, right? And then we have this really cool, like, these road maps. All of a sudden, like, C is here, C is here, C is here. And then C is here, and then C is also here. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to just take a walk through how do we play all of the C major or 7 arpeggios. How do we link that, right? So I wanted to do 2-finger arpeggios this morning, and that's really all I wanted to do is make a connection with how this 2-finger arpeggio kind of works through all of the caged system without us really even noticing it. It's 2 fingers, it's patternistic, but it breaks some rules, but it's definitely useful. So now we know where C exists everywhere on the guitar neck. The song haunts me. Yeah, it does, Daniel. You should change your phone settings and disable mirror mode. I know. Thought you were playing left hand. I know it. I'm working on it with YouTube. I'm actually, I get on phone conferences and consultations, and we don't, I guess I'm not able to discuss some of the things we talk about, but that's one of the things. That is one of the things that I can talk about. That I do submit tickets for that on a fairly regular basis. So I could turn the phone around, but then the microphone doesn't work so well. And it's really important for me to make this super low barrier for entry, so I could just set up a phone and then shoot, and then that's it. And then I make it here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time to do this morning ritual for guitar growth. So Daniel, I appreciate you mentioning that, because it is a concern of mine. It's a legitimate concern of mine. I'm not sure if it's turned into a workplace hygiene issue for me, where I'm really reaching dissatisfaction, but I think it is what it is, and I've been working with it now. We're in episode, wait a minute, today is episode 200. Yeah, today's the day. I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot to celebrate that. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what was going on. So, episode 200 today. All right. Well, now we know it's episode 200. Django, two-finger diag. Yeah, that's right. There we go. We've got a gypsy jazz fan here. Can you play C sharp minor pentatonic from bar on 4th fret legato staccato hammer? All right, C sharp minor pentatonic from bar on 4th fret. So that's kind of what we're talking about. We're wanting to get that kind of clarity, you know what I mean? We're wanting to shoot for that kind of clarity. So let's take a look at C again. And then we're starting, here's C. And I use and then I've got C again here, and then I started, and I'm pretty much kind of limited to that position. That's the C major. Here's the C major in 5th position, kind of covering the G section of the caged. And then we're back to the E position. And then here's the D position. So here's the C chord, and something really simple of melody, right? That's the 5-6-5-6-1. Now I need to find that in every variation, every availability. Every one of those caged positions. So those are really good to know. Now the C major 7 arpeggio kind of like disrupts that caged system a little bit. That pattern exceeds the span of each position, and it pretty much requests for us to, we're in one of the A positions right here, and then we're moving up to the G position, and then we're moving up to the E position. So we can cover some ground. What I'm saying is these arpeggios, these two-finger arpeggios, are really useful. And then if we wanted to, we can start, instead of using the 5-7 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, the 5, 7, 1, 3. What I mean by that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, C, B, A, G, or Do, Ti, La, Sol, or 1, 7, 6, 5, 1, or 5, 7, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3. That makes the C major 7 chord, which happens everywhere there is. We could do, let's see what we can do with this one. And then we can kind of get that here or here in the E position. And the D position is pretty easy to grab. All right, so let's take a look at another voicing. We can use the 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5. So there are two shapes that we can really benefit from. Play Ride the Lightning. Joel, you got it, man. I've missed those old Metallica days. It's a setting on the phone. Yeah, I know it's an iPhone, and I changed the setting to, it does, you know, if I'm using the camera, the front face camera, it will, but it will not stream like that is what I'm saying, right? So I appreciate you sharing that, but it will not stream like that. So unless something's changed, I haven't seen it change. The setting's still set to not mirror or to mirror the front facing camera, but it doesn't seem to have changed yet. So we're still working on that, unless it's in this update, in which case I haven't checked it out yet. But yeah, Danny, I'm definitely working on that. All right, play Blue by Young. Play Ride the Lightning, got it. Open the settings app on your phone. Scroll down the top. Yep. Go to the camera. Congrats on the 200 episode. Thanks, man. Schultz, that's great. 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, that's right. We do a lot of that around here. So we're getting ready to drop for the day. Our good friend, Mr. Kevin Haas, is our channel moderator. He's going to be coming by and saying, sayonara until tomorrow. But I wanted to just draw those parallels with the C, A, G, the E, and then the D chords, and how that all ties the neck together. But don't forget, we don't need to play every single note in each pattern. And these major 7 arpeggios are going to be testimonial to that. We can start with 5, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, or 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5. And that gives us all the same sort of, and then there's a little bit more about C, the CAGED system, than we typically think about at surface level. So I'm really thankful that you're here with me. I really enjoy, you heard Peace Train, right on. Lance, I'm going to be here, so just so you hear, here comes Kevin. If you guys, especially the newcomers, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and come back and visit us again with your guitar in hand. And we'll play the warm-up at 7:30 every morning, weekday morning. And what we do is we do this for an hour, and we're doing this all 2025. Good Lord willing, of course, and maybe we'll get a chance to see you again, but thank you so much for being here, Kevin, and keeping the chat light and lively, and just being here in general. Necessary stepping on your No, that's cool, Lance. No, I appreciate it. Everybody's, you're all welcome, and we'll learn a little bit more about things tomorrow morning. We'll continue this trip, but I'm out for now, and until we meet again, I wish you all very